This video is about the submarine organization. For the district in New Jersey, see Door, New Jersey. OceanGate Inc. OceanGate Inc. is an American exclusive organization situated in Everett, Washington, that gave ran submarines to the travel industry, examination, and investigation. The organization was established in 2009 by Stockton and Guillermo Söhnlein. Central Command, Everett, Washington. U.S.A. Industry. The travel industry, endeavors, submerged plunging. It was a privately owned business. The organization gained a sub-vessel, Antipodes, and later fabricated two of its own, Cyclops 1 and Titan. In 2021, OceanGate started taking paying vacationers in the Titan to visit the disaster area of the Titanic. Starting around 2022, the cost to be a traveler on an OceanGate campaign to the Titanic wreck was $250,000 per individual. On June 18, 2023, Titan collapsed during a journey to the Titanic wreck site, killing every one of the 5 inhabitants including Rush. An worldwide hunt and salvage activity was sent off, and on June 22 the destruction was tracked down on the seabed around 500 meters (1,600 feet) from the Titanic wreck site. On July 6, 2023, OceanGate suspended all activities following the deadly collapse in June. Foundation, Stockton Rush, chief and fellow benefactor. Stockton Rush had an interest in flying and space travel as a youngster, and got a business pilot's permit when he was 18. As a grown-up, his inclinations turned to undersea investigation. Rush had fabricated his fortune by putting his legacy in tech organizations and chose to buy a submarine. He found that he couldn't, as there were less than 100 exclusive submarines worldwide. He rather constructed one from plans in 2006, a Kittredge K350, which he named Bubbles. Rush's insight and examination persuaded him to think that he had found a neglected business chance to extend the market of private sea investigation. He accepted that this industry had been kept down by 2 chief variables: subs having a ridiculous standing as risky vehicles, because of their utilization as ships for business jumpers, and unbending unofficial laws that repressed development inside the business. In 2019, Rush communicated the view that the Traveler Vessel Security Demonstration of 1993 unnecessarily focused on traveler well-being over business innovation, building on prior declarations, remembering explanations for the OceanGate site, which noted in 2011 that, starting around 1974, there has not been a serious injury or casualty on an ABS-guaranteed traveler sub, and a location before. The Pilgrims Club in 2017, where he referred to subs as the most secure vehicles on Earth. Non-insured vehicles were more hazardous, as shown by something like 1 casualty, including a handcrafted submarine in 1990. He later dispatched a showcasing concentrate on that. Finished up, there was adequate interest for submerged sea, the travel industry, which would thusly uphold the improvement of new, profound jumping submarines that would empower worthwhile business adventures, including asset mining and catastrophe moderation. The travel industry started in 1986 when Atlantis Experiences, presently Atlantis Submarines, started giving sub-voyages through the coral reefs close to Great Cayman Island. In 2003, multiple million travelers on the whole paid $150 million to ride submerged in submarines, albeit these were by and large worked at shallow profundities. History 2009-2013. Establishing and procurement of Antipodes. Catalina Island was the primary area of OceanGate's traveler campaigns. OceanGate was established by Guillermo Söhnlein and Stockton Rush in Seattle in 2009. As per Söhnlein, the organization was established fully intent on making a little armada of 5-man business submarines that could be rented by any association or gathering of people. In 2023, he told Sky News, the entire expectation was to make these worked subs. What's more, in like that, as our slogan was in the good, old days, open the seas for all of humankind. The organization's most memorable sub was Antipodes, a pre-owned 5-man vessel with a steel frame. Somewhere in the range of 2010 and 2013, the organization completed an expected 130 plunges with Antipodes. The organization's plan of action included leasing its submarine out available to analysts and shipping vacationers, who the organization alluded to as resident researchers, for submerged trips. Söhnlein assessed in 2012 that travelers normally paid somewhere in the range of $7,500 and $40,000 per individual per journey contingent upon the outing. OceanGate's most memorable vacationer journey was led in 2010 when the organization started shipping its most memorable paying clients. The organization shipped vacationer gatherings to Catalina Island off the shoreline of California. To further develop the traveler experience, the organization started bringing master guides on board the jumps. As per Rush, individuals would get some information about a fish, and I wouldn't have a ton of familiarity with it. The organization previously welcomed sea life scholars on as master directs, and as per Rush, the thing that matters was night and day. Their fervor pervaded the sub. In 2010, OceanGate worked with the College of Washington. Interestingly, the college used Antipodes to lead preliminaries of novel sonar gear and mechanical arms. In 2011, Antipodes was utilized to review and guide the destruction of the SS Lead Representative, a boat that had soaked in Puget Sound in 1921. In 2012 and 2013, OceanGate worked for a year in Miami, Florida. Working together with Miami-Dade Fake Reefs program, scientists on board Antipodes researched the spread of lionfish. 2013–2016. Development of Cyclops and Söhnlein's takeoff. In 2013, the organization turned to planning own submarines with exceptional plans were more practical. Söhnlein left the organization that very year, saying that OceanGate had changed from its underlying stage to Rush's specialty of designing. Söhnlein held a minority stake. OceanGate chipped away at the plan of its most memorable exclusively constructed sub Cyclops, later called Cyclops 1, in a joint effort with the College of Washington and Boeing. The structure was wanted to be a carbon fiber body. However, OceanGate rather procured a 12-year-old vessel Lula from an organization in Azores. It extricated the round and hollow steel body of the Lula and utilized it to make Cyclops 1. Cyclops was divulged in 2015. That very year, the organization moved its central command to the Port of Everett's Waterfront Place office space in Everett, Washington. 2016–2023. Development of Armada and jumps to the Titanic. OceanGate requested the main titanium parts for Cyclops 2 in December 2016, and led an agreement to Spencer Composites in January 2017 to plan and fabricate the tube-shaped carbon fiber structure. In WAC 2018, Cyclops 2 was renamed to Titan. Rush depicted it as an astonishing designing accomplishment during its send-off in 2018. Testing of Titan to its greatest planned profundity of 4,000 meters (13,000 feet) happened in 2018 and 2019. In 2019, OceanGate said they were wanting to foster the replacement Cyclops 3 and Cyclops 4 submarines with a designated greatest profundity of 6,000 meters (20,000 feet), and in mid-2020 reported that the turn of events in assembling of the structures would be performed at NASA's Marshall Space Flight Center in Huntsville, Alabama. The subs would be supported through another round of ventures by 100% insiders, adding up to $18.1 million, as declared in January 2020. NASA's cooperation was under a Space Act arrangement expected to further profound space investigation objectives and further develop materials and assembling for American industry, as per John Vickers. In spring 2020, during the coronavirus pandemic, OceanGate applied for, and got, a PPP credit for approximately $450,000, in view of 22 positions. In 2021 and 2022, OceanGate directed jumps to the Titanic on board its sub-Titan. 2023, collapse of Titan and passing of Rush. OceanGate's site as of July 2023, showing its suspension, everything being equal. Titan collapsed during an endeavor to the Titanic in June 2023, killing every one of the 5 tenants including Chief Stockton Rush. Following a 4-day search and salvage activity by a global group drove by the U.S. Coast Watchman, U.S. Naval Force, and Canadian Coast Guard. 39. A garbage field was found containing portions of Titan, around 500 meters, 1,600 feet, from the bow of the Titanic. Endless supply of the destiny of Titan, the organization shut its Everett office endlessly. Not long after the collapse, its auxiliary OceanGate endeavors likewise suspended activities. As of July 2023, OceanGate sites currently divert to a message which peruses, OceanGate has suspended all investigation and business tasks submarines. OceanGate claimed 3 submarines. The Cyclops 1 and Titan submarines were sent off and recuperated from a dry dock-like, send-off and recuperation stage, that could be towed behind a business vessel. When the stage and submarine arrive at the objective area, the stage's buoyancy tanks are overwhelmed and it sinks beneath the surface disturbance to a profundity of 9 meters, 30 feet. The sub then, at that point, takes off for its submerged mission. Upon the submarine's revisitation of the stage, the buoyancy tanks are siphoned out and the stage can be reclaimed into tow or brought on board the host vessel. That permits OceanGate to utilize vessels without human-appraised cranes. The stage is roughly 11 meters, 35 feet, long and 4.6 meters, 15 feet, wide and can lift up to 9,100 kilograms, 20,000 pounds. It depends on an idea created by the Hawaii Undersea Exploration Lab. OceanGate submarine Antipodes. Antipodes is a steel-hulled submarine fit for arriving at profundities of 300 meters, 1,000 feet, obtained by OceanGate in 2010. OceanGate shipped its most memorable paying clients in the vessel in 2010 off the bank of Catalina Island in California. The sub was subsequently contracted to undertakings to investigate corals, lionfish populaces in Florida, and a previous oil rig in the Bay of Mexico. By 2013, OceanGate had made more than 130 plunges with the vessel. Cyclops 1 Trent Tresh pilots the Cyclops 1 utilizing a changed Logitech F710 game regulator. In WAC 2015, OceanGate disclosed the Cyclops 1, a 5-man steel-hulled submarine equipped for jumping up to 500 meters, 1,640 feet, submerged. It estimates around 6.7 meters, 22 feet, in length and 2.7 meters, 9 feet, wide, and weighs around 9,100 kilograms, 20,000 pounds. Its name was motivated by its reinforced acrylic window. The sub is guided by a changed remote game regulator, and the vessel has a battery duration of as long as 8 hours. The vessel has been utilized for different business and scholastic undertakings. OceanGate made Cyclops 1 in a joint effort with the College of Washington's Applied Physical Science Research Center. Boeing worked with OceanGate and the College of Washington for beginning plan examination. In the underlying plan, the structure was to be made of carbon fiber, yet this thought was rejected for a steel frame. OceanGate gained the steel body for Cyclops 1 out of 2013, after it had been utilized for quite a long time, and fitted it with another inside, submerged sensors, and gamepad pilot control framework. In June 2016, Cyclops 1 was utilized to overview the disaster area of SS Andrea Doria 73 meters, 240 feet, beneath the surface. The overview information were planned to construct a PC model of the disaster area and its environmental factors to further develop route. In 2019, the specialty was utilized to ship scientists to the lower part of Puget Sound to direct sea life science overviews. Titan, submarine, and Titan sub collapse. Titan, known as Cyclops 2 until 2018, was the subsequent submarine planned and worked by OceanGate, the first exclusive sub with an expected greatest profundity of 4,000 meters, 13,000 feet. It likewise was the main finished manned submarine that utilized a body developed of titanium and carbon fiber composite materials, as most other human-conveying subs are planned with an all-metal strain vessel. On June 18, 2023, OceanGate lost contact with Titan during its jump to the Titanic. Loss of contact had happened on different occasions during past test and visit plunges, so OceanGate didn't ready specialists until the submarine was late for its return. A gigantic global pursuit and salvage activity resulted and finished on June 22, 2023 when garbage from Titan, which had been obliterated in a disastrous collapse, was found around 500 meters, 1,600 feet, before the bow of Titanic. Related substances. At the hour of Titan's collapse, OceanGate had 3 related substances: its principal central command in Everett, Washington, an auxiliary situated in the Bahamas named Argus Endeavors Limited, which exchanges as OceanGate Undertakings, and a free not-for-profit association known as the OceanGate Establishment, which offers monetary help to researchers who partake in missions. Records documented with the province of Washington list Stockton Rush as the financier of the charity and his significant other Wendy Rush as the chief and president. OceanGate sub, Titan, has made 3 endeavors to the Titanic, offering vacationers an opportunity to observe the notable wreck correspondence issues tormented Titan during past plunges to the Titanic, raising worries about well-being and unwavering quality. The quest strengthens for the missing submarine and its tenants, featuring the dangers of remote ocean investigation. Washington-based organization OceanGate has taken its sub, Titan, to the Titanic multiple times altogether, with yearly undertakings from 2021 to 2023. In a mission to investigate the noteworthy destruction of the Titanic, OceanGate's sub, Titan, has made a sum of 3 excursions to the famous boat. The Washington-based organization represents considerable authority in manned submarines for industry, examination, and investigation, set out on yearly endeavors to the Titanic from 2021 to 2023. Preceding sending off these aggressive undertakings, OceanGate went through a broad series of more than 50 test plunges, some of which arrived at profundities comparable to that of the Titanic. These preliminaries permitted the organization to refine its activities and guarantee the security and progress of future missions. The Titan submarine, intended to oblige 5 people, was explicitly created to explore the profundities of the sea, with a greatest capacity of arriving at 4,000 meters, 13,123 feet. This cutting-edge vessel offers a scope of uses, including exploration, film and media creation, as well as remote ocean testing of equipment and programming. The yearly Titanic undertakings coordinated by OceanGate offered a one-of-a-kind chance for bold travelers to observe the dazzling wreck. At a weighty cost tag of $250,000, members could set out on an extraordinary 8-day journey, submerging themselves in the unpleasant remainders of the Titanic. Additionally, read, "Who are Mark Hagel, Sharon Hagel?" Florida couple sued OceanGate president Stockton Rush a long time before Titanic submarine went missing. However, the most recent campaign took a deplorable turn when the Titan sub lost contact during its jump. On June 18, the vessel set off with 3 paying travelers and 2 team individuals ready, including OceanGate president Stockton Rush and pilot Paul-Henri Nargeolet. Roughly 1 hour and 45 minutes into the plunge, correspondence with the surface boat was suddenly cut off, provoking an enormous scope search activity in the Atlantic. Sadly, this wasn't whenever the Titan first had experienced correspondence issues. A comparable episode happened during the 2022 Titanic undertaking, leaving CBS columnist David Pogue, Rush, and Nargeolet without contact for a stunning 3 hours. In the end, correspondence was restored, and the mission was deserted. As the quest for the missing submarine and its inhabitants strengthens, questions emerge with respect to the security and dependability of these remote ocean investigations. OceanGate's attention on development and the use of current materials intends to make its subs lighter and more expense proficient. Moreover, the constant structure well-being checking (RTM) framework executed on the Titan gives an additional layer of security, ceaselessly evaluating the trustworthiness of the vessel's body all through each jump. The ebb and flow salvage activity fills in as a sobering sign of the dangers related with wandering into the profundities of the sea. It raises significant contemplations in regards to the harmony between investigation, security, and the conservation of noteworthy destinations. As specialists proceed with their endeavors, the fate of OceanGate's Titanic campaign stays dubious, with a restored accentuation on guaranteeing the prosperity of those engaged with these trying endeavors.